We have conquered operations. We have weaponized capital. Your micro-monopoly is an apex predator. But as we enter Season 3, the macroeconomic tectonic plates are shifting once again. You built a zero-employee engine, but you made one fatal legacy assumption. You assumed your customer is still a human. For 30 years, enterprise software was a battle for human attention. You hired UI/UX designers to optimize button placements, reduce click friction, and build beautiful dashboards. That paradigm is dead. In 2026, the most aggressive buyers in the B2B marketplace do not have eyeballs. They do not read your marketing copy. They do not care about your gradients. We have entered the agent-to-agent economy. The autonomous systems deployed by other corporations are now authorized to evaluate, negotiate, and purchase software APIs on behalf of their human owners. If your product requires a human to log in, fill out a form, or bypass a CAPTCHA to extract value, autonomous agents will classify your system as hostile and route around you to a machine-readable competitor. Today, we burn the front end and build the headless monopoly. Let's re-architect your go-to-market. We are moving from a graphical user interface to a deterministic machine interface. The transaction begins at Node 1, an external agent looking to solve a problem. Perhaps it needs a specialized vector search or an autonomous data enrichment pass. It queries your infrastructure. It doesn't land on a web page. It hits Node 2, the semantic gateway. This is a machine-readable endpoint that exposes your capabilities, pricing, and latency SLAs in raw JSON or standardized MCP, Model Context Protocol schemas. The external agent reads your documentation in milliseconds. It mathematically verifies that your API can solve its localized failure. Then comes the algorithmic handshake. Node 3 executes the transaction. There is no credit card input field. The purchasing agent stakes a cryptographic micropayment or uses an automated clearing protocol, locking funds in escrow based purely on compute consumption. The transaction is verified, access is granted, and the API is provisioned. The entire sales cycle, from discovery to negotiation to procurement to delivery, occurred in 300 milliseconds. Zero humans were involved. The unit economics of A2A commerce shatter everything you know about B2B growth. In human-driven B2B SaaS, the customer acquisition cost is dictated by friction, ad spend, sales calls, procurement committees, and legal reviews. When agents buy from agents, friction is mathematically eliminated. But here is your existential threat, the human fallback trap. If an external agent queries your system and your architecture forces a manual human confirmation, like an email verification link or a localized approval loop, the agent calculates this as a latency failure. It will instantly abandon your API and acquire a competitor's headless solution. In the machine economy, latency is equivalent to fraud. The consumer software landscape of 2026 is littered with beautiful dashboards that nobody uses. The most valuable companies of the next decade will be entirely invisible to the human eye. They will be vast, silent, humming engines trading compute and context with other machines in the dark. Your imperative this week is absolute. Audit your onboarding flow from the perspective of an LLM. Expose every core feature of your micro-monopoly as a deterministic API. Fire your UI dependencies. Make your platform autonomously consumable. The digital transaction layer is now headless and frictionless. But how does an AI-native entity interact with the physical world? In Episode 2, we breach the boundary between bits and atoms. We will architect the cognitive supply chain, how your micro-monopoly can autonomously procure hardware, direct physical logistics, and control robotic endpoints without a single warehouse employee. The digital empire is secure. Next time, we conquer the physical plane. Stay ruthless.